Who would have thought that oxtail would be a topic of discussion? Once was considered a scrap cut, one of the least desirable parts of the cow, it was often left to enslaved people, poor communities, immigrants of working class families. Oxtail has seen a significant increase in demand and price in recent years. In July 2024, the average wholesale price for oxtail reached $14.19 per pound, up from $4.99 per pound in April 2015. Oxtail has become a luxury item in recent years. Let's break down why oxtail has become so pricey. If you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe for more insight like this one. What is oxtail originally? Oxtail meant the tail of an ox, a castrated male steer used for labor. Oxtail, aka, is a cocktail, used in soups, stews, and braised dishes. It's known for its rich flavor and gelatinous texture from its high collagen content. Once considered a cheap cut, it's now a premium dish in many cuisines. Cultural significance around the world. Let's look at Jamaica oxtail. It's a cornerstone of Jamaica cuisine, often stewed with butter beans, allspice, thyme, scotch bonnet, ginger, silver rice, and peas. China, for instance, oxtail is used in slow braised in soups, especially soy, ginger, and star anise. It's found in traditional Cantonese and northern Chinese dishes. Korea use oxtail as a soup in a mild, milky white broth made by simmering oxtail for hours, served with rice and kimchi, considered comfort food and often given to the sick. Italy, coda alla focacciana from Rome, is a tomato braised oxtail dish with celery, red wine, and clove. It's part of the cucina povera tradition of peasant food that become a gourmet dishes. South African oxtail stew is a popular dish among many communities, especially during gathering or Sunday meals. Often cooked with rich spices and veggies over open fires or in patchy pots. So ask yourself this question: why oxtail is so expensive now? 1. Limited supply. A cow only has one tail, which is only a few pounds, averaging between 2 to 5 pounds, give and take. Compared to other cuts like brisket or chuck, oxtail extremely limited, low supply, higher prices, high demand. Oxtail is now trendy and globally popular in the Caribbean, African, Korea, and soulful dishes. As more cultures embrace oxtail, demands keep rising. Labor-intensive prep oxtail must be clean, cut into sections, and trimmed by skilled butchers. It also takes a long time to cook, to become tender, which increase restaurant labor costs. Restaurant prices is even higher because of time consuming to prep it. Since 2020, the meat prices have gone up due to supply chain issues, feed cost increases, labor shortage, and processing plants. Oxtail prices have rising along with everything else. Inflation and trendiness perceived as premium now, what used to be a cheap cut, is now seen as a delicacy. That shift in perception has increased its status, and with it, the price. Every cow has just one tail, like I said. It's not that large. As more people cross-cultured and region cook oxtail, demand outpaces supplies. Supply can increase easily unless overall beef production rises. The price is even higher as more high-end restaurants add oxtail to their menus and incorporate in many dishes like ravioli stuff, oxtail bun, and etc. Some food trends, thanks to social media, push up demand, even for cuts that were once budget friendly in the past. Oxtail costs around £3 to £5 around per pound. In many places, it's now 10 to 15 per pound and even higher in restaurants. Oxtail is a staple in many cultures and has become a symbol of heritage and tradition in African and Caribbean cuisines. Oxtail stew and braises celebrate comfort food, often served with rice or root vegetables. Asian cuisine, mainly Chinese and Korean, also have a long history of incorporating oxtail into soups and braised dishes. Oxtail has gained popularity, particularly in the US, as people discover its rich, flavorful, and traditionally comforting qualities. Jamaicans have popularized the oxtail is very special due to the infusion of flavors that make the dish come to life. Braised and fresh herbs, spices, like I said, with thyme, all the beautiful seasoning that make your mouth watering. Just talk about it. And sometimes with adding ginger, Scotch bonnet, oxtail has become a popular ingredient in Jamaica during the colonial era, when European settlers primarily consumed the prime cuts of beef, leaving the oxtail for the enslaved population. Over time, the Jamaican people transformed the humble oxtail into culinary treasures through their creativity, ingenuity, blending flavors from Africa, Europe, and the Caribbean. It symbolized the island's rich culinary heritage and connection to its African roots. Oxtail are packed with protein and nutrients like iron and collagen, making them a good source for protein and minerals. A typical oxtail weight 3 to 5 pounds and costs an average $8 to $20 a pound. The price hike is an example of how shift in consumer preference can bring about significant changes in market prices. The rising cost of oxtail reflect its newfound culinary fame and underscore the complexity of meat supply chains and consumer demands. Although the oxtail has less meat than other beef cuts like ribeye and T-bone, oxtail can cost more per pound than ribeye and T-bones. No one sees that coming. Chuck steak is more affordable alternative to oxtail. Eye of round roast is another affordable alternative to oxtail. It tastes good, but there's no cut of meat tastes like an oxtail. It tastes intensely beefy, similar to short ribs, making it great for hearty soup and stew. It's usually braised or stewed for several hours to make it tender and flavorful. This process breaks down the connective tissue and boosts its natural taste if the price is hurting your pocket. Check out some of these alternative budget braising cuts. 1. Beef shank, ossobuco style. Crust cut from the leg include bone and marrow. Similar to gelatin-rich texture when slow cooked, great for soup, stew, or ragu. Usually cheaper or larger than oxtail. 2. Beef neck bones. Lots of connective tissue and flavor. Very cheap, especially at ethnic or local butchers. It needs long, slow cooking and it's perfect for stews or broth. 3. Short ribs. More meat, rich and fatty than oxtail. Although prices are rising, they are still cheaper in bulk or untrimmed. Braise until fork tender, and you'll be in heaven. 4. Chuck roast. Great for shredding, super flavorful. It doesn't have the bone like oxtail, but melt beautifully in stews. Budget goal for slow cookers and pressure cookers. Beef tendon, not for everyone, but it has that gelatinous mouthful oxtails we come to love. Common in Asian cuisine, dirt cheap and great in soup or pho. Pork neck bones or pork hocks. If you're okay switching protein, pork is a way cheaper option. It's still super flavorful, especially in soul food or Asian dishes. Excellent in beans, stew, rice dishes. Will the price ever go down? That's the questions. Maybe, but not soon. Price could come down if beef productions ramps back up, consumer interest shift elsewhere, a new trendy meat takes the spotlight. But in the meantime, oxtail is likely to stay a luxury comfort food rather than a bargain buy. What was once necessary to the poor become a cherished slow-cooked delicacy shared across tables worldwide. It's soul food no matter where you're from. Oxtail is not just for cooking, it's also a symbol of culture. It deserves a spot in every kitchen. Try cooking with oxtail and feel the warmth and comfort it brings to your table. Thanks for listening. As always, keep it clean and sexy. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.